What's up, everybody? My name's David.
And I'm Manny, and on this episode we're going to talk about one of our favorite genuses, the Abronia.
So today we're gonna talk about one of our new favorite species of lizards, pretty much, and they're the Abronia genus, or also known as alligator lizards. These animals are typically found in Central America, usually along Mexico or Guatemala.
Yeah, they're found in the cloud forests of Mexico and Guatemala, which can range from 4,000 feet altitude to 8,000 feet. That's very high, and with those highs there comes also a lot of extremes. In the winter time, it can get all the way down to the 40s, and in the hot summer months, it can get all the way into the 90s.
Yeah, for sure. Like Manny said, those in the high altitude forest, usually where they're found is in like oak tree varieties. Where there's a lot of ferns, or there's a lot of bromeliads or air plants, things like that, and that's usually where they find their shelter.
Bromeliads seem to be one of their favorites because bromeliads hold water very, very well. It's one of the places they get water from, and also they use it as shelters, and they find a lot of prey items in the bromeliads itself.
Yeah, for sure. Another really cool little detail about these animals is that where they're from, a lot of people actually think they're venomous, and they call them in Spanish escorpión del árbol, which means like tree scorpion. But in reality, obviously they're not venomous. They're not afraid to bite, especially when you're gonna try to grab them. But they're very feisty, but they have a lot of personality, these animals.
And they do pack quite a punch if they do decide to bite.
Yeah, for sure.
I've felt it firsthand experience. Alright, so in captivity, we house these guys, like let's say for a pair, in a minimum of 20 by 20 by 30 screen cage. Screen cage is always recommended because of the ventilation that it gives, but we've also found success with exoterras or zoomed like enclosures. Now the way we set up these cages, we do like a live vivarium kind of setup where we have 2 to 4 inches of sphagnum moss because they do like to burrow. And we put in like cork barks, bromeliads, ficus, pothos, air plants. All these things help really keep the humidity high.
Yeah, I mean, like Manny said, you can get really creative with all the plants that you could put in there, but I think of bromeliads, especially the bromeliads, like we were saying earlier, that's where they find their food and their water, their shelter, so that's one of the most important ones. As far as the temperatures go, if you're keeping these guys in captivity and you're not thinking about breeding, you could keep them in a temperature range of 70 to 80 degrees. That seems to work out best. That's when they're the most active. And you're not going to have to, worry about your animal overheating or being too cold and not eating. So 70 to 80 degrees is a perfect temperature, to keep these the Abronias. Now, these animals are diurnal. What that means is that, unlike most of the animals that we work with, they are active during the day. So you will need to provide a UVB bulb. That way, they get the rays that what they would get from the sun, they get from the bulb. And it's going to help them synthesize a lot of the foods and the D3 and all of that stuff.
Now talking about the food, these guys, their diet, they're insectivores. So they feed on insects. Now, it's good to have variety of insects like roaches, crickets, worms, but it's also just as important to gut load your insects with leafy greens like kale, and you could even give in some fruits like oranges or bananas. If you don't gut load your crickets or roaches or insects, they're not good food. You're basically feeding them like ectoskeleton, without any nutrients and vitamins, and that's going to cause an unhealthy animal. So gut loading is very, very important.
Yeah, for sure. Aside from the gut loading, the watering is also very important. Like we said, these animals come from high altitude forests where they're from in Central America. So the humidity is naturally a little bit higher. What we do to attain, the humidity levels that they require is basically we keep them, like we were saying earlier, with all the, live plants. But we mist 3 or 4 times a week, and you make sure you mist well the plants, and you mist well the sides of the enclosure if they're kept in like those Exoterra or Zoom Ed enclosures that open up with the glass. You mist the sides because they see the water running down and they naturally want to drink it. What you could also do is provide a shallow water dish. That way, if they're, they happen to be on the ground and they come across it and they see its water, they'll drink from that as well. It's not required, but it doesn't hurt to have it as long as you're cleaning it, consistently, so the insects are not soiling it up, or if they poop in there. So if you clean the water bowl, every like 3 or 4 days, you should be fine. Yeah. I remember the first time I saw an Abronia was actually in the Miami Zoo a lot of years ago. As a kid, I saw that thing, I went back home excited, I went to research it, and I was sad to learn that they're actually, at that time, they're around $1,000. Now, obviously today they're much cheaper, but it's so fulfilling that I could actually have a couple of them. The animal that I looked like I was astonished by such a long time ago, I actually have them now. What do you think is cool about these lizards?
Well, first of all, they're absolutely gorgeous animals. I mean, like for an example, the Abronia gruminias, they're green, it's such a vibrant, they're just gorgeous animals. And what I really like about the Abronia genus is their head. Yeah. I think they have a real dragon look.
Yeah, it almost looks like from a storybook.
Exactly. And if you look closely at some of the scales in the head, there's a lot of markings, and I just get blown away by that. I think it's absolutely beautiful. What do you like?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, the scale pattern is so beautiful, all that. What I really like about these two is their personality, though. I have some wild-caught animals, and they'll be a little squirrely at first, but when you get them out, they're very chill, as you guys can see in the videos. And on top of that, yeah, they can get a little feisty, but because they're wild caughts. But the ones that we have that are captive born, they're as calm as could be, and they kind of like look at you and analyze you, and you could tell there's something going on there. They're not as dumb as they look. They're pretty smart animals, so that's something that I find really cool about them.
Yeah, and like he was saying, like the captive born ones are usually really chill, and they're always out, they're always basking. And I, like for example, mine, I hand feed mine all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And it's pretty cool to see them hand feed.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's one of the things that us lizard keepers or reptile keepers enjoy, is feeding our animals, and seeing how they chase down their prey and catch them and then just swallow it whole. I mean, that never gets old, no matter what kind of reptile you have.
And it's cool to see the different techniques that each lizard uses.
Yeah, exactly.
You have the chameleons with their tongue, you have the bearded dragons who are just with their assassins.
Yeah.
And same with the gruminias. The gruminias are also assassins.
Yeah,
and then the TikisGeckos who would just eat fruits.
And they're clumsy.
Yeah. We still love them though.
Yeah, I mean, I think that covers it basically. Alright guys, I hope you guys really enjoyed this Abronia video. I know these lizards have been, rising up. A lot of people have been, asking us about them. So I know, a lot of my YouTubers wanted me to show them. Hope you took some of the information useful, and I think that's it for today.
And make sure you follow us on social media, on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. If it's out there, we have it. Make sure you follow us to see all our cool pictures and videos and behind the scenes stuff.
And don't forget to subscribe, guys. You know, my YouTube support is huge, but you know, it can always grow. If you like the video, please give a thumbs up, you know, or share it, whatever you like. And I'll see you guys next time. Last Saturday of every month, new episode of TikisGeckos.
We're coming for you, snake bites. We're gonna go to the wonderful world of Abronia, and you're gonna be like Armenia specifically. What up?
Okay. What's up, guys? I'm David.
And I'm Manny, and today we're gonna talk about one of our favorite geniuses.
What's up, guys? I'm David.
And I'm Manny, and on this episode we're gonna talk about one of our favorite.
You fucked up.
I did.
Alright, one more time.
And you're gonna be like Armenia. Come on, dog. You gotta.
Okay.
Not this. This is worth too much.
That's fucking cute, man.
He's teabagging her.
Good.
He's like, I like him brown.
Oh crap. He started biting me.
Dude, that would make a sick picture.
Yeah.
Like kind of like the. She usually tries to bite, cause she's like, don't do
she's
that.
with a lizard whisperer.
Right. This guy right here, lizard whisperer.
Its other leg's about to fall off. Yeah, there you go. Good girl.
Not having it. Put your finger there. Let's see what she does.
Yeah, right. She's scared of the cricket now. The tables have turned. Alright, let's.
You see a brown and all just come out and take that one. That's why Abronias are so cool, and you need to get one. From TikisGeckos.
I hope it ain't.